Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I'm going to be sharing a very short lesson about fixing your on-page SEO if it's broken or if you haven't paid any attention to it or if you've been ignoring it. So the reason I'm doing this is one of our executive team, Brian Devine, he's absolutely brilliant at all things tech. He gave such a great class this week on how to fix your on-page SEO that I went and I worked on it today, and I thought, hey, maybe I'll share this with people who might be of interest. I'll kind of share my experience. So let me kind of give you the background. So some of you may know I've written several books, and one of them is Vertical Mind. It's for rock climbers. And, I've sold tens of thousands of copies of this book, and there's an audio book. But the thing is, I haven't done anything about the promotion of it. Sales have been dropping. I love the mailbox money. And when I looked, I realized that a domain that I had, verticalmindbook.com, was pointing to nothing. Okay, so it was kind of broken. So I said, okay, I'm going to create a page. So I took a day a few weeks ago and I created a page, verticalmindbook.com. And I created that, but I did nothing about the on-page SEO, absolutely nothing. So I was so inspired by what Brian shared that I thought I would share with you some of the things that I saw. So let me show you. Let me share. I'll just share my screen, and we'll get this party started. So what I first saw, this is the page that I had set up. Kind of this stuff over on the right. I'll explain what that is in a minute. But this was the original page: climb stronger rapidly without training harder, improve your mental game. I just kind of made this up. Okay, I made it pretty quick, and this is pretty much the page. And I did virtually nothing with on-page SEO. So what Brian shared with us, there's a few key things that are important in on-page SEO. One is your title tag. Okay, and you can see your title tag if you hover over whenever in your browser, you'll hover over things, and mine says Vertical Mind Books page. Not too bad. It actually has Vertical Mind Books. It has the name of the book in it. So not a bad thing. It actually means something, not just some garbage. So that actually was okay. Brian next said the meta description and description is an important thing to have in your on-page SEO. So let me just, so here's a trick. So what you can do is you get on your web page, the page you're interested in, and go inspect element. And what it does is it opens up this thing that it actually shows you the HTML of your web page. Oh, I know, it's so scary. No, don't worry about it. All right. So what you do is you look for, let me look for description. Let me search for description in here. Okay, and there's a number of places description shows up, but none of them, these ones down here are the ones that make a difference. The meta name description and meta property description. The content's blank. There's nothing in them, and these are important things for SEO. So I was totally missing the boat on that. Another one is your H1 tags, which are your main headings. And I had none of those set. I just picked up a couple of H1 things that meant pretty much nothing. Okay. So I was missing a huge opportunity. I had the title tag. Okay. I didn't have a meta description. I didn't have H1 tags. And I think if I look, I didn't have H2 tags, which are also very important. So I had nothing here. So what Brian suggested we do, and I thought this was absolutely brilliant, is to spend a little time in Google and take some terms that you think people might be searching for and just type them in and see what the results are. So see how many things come up in Google, and then put quotes around the terms and then see how many exact matches you get. So for example, how to use psychology to climb better. There was 37 million results when I searched in Google. When I put quotes around how to use psychology to climb better, I had no exact matches. So the topic is relevant and popular, but no one is using that particular term. So that might not be a bad term to put on my page. In the case that somebody actually happens to type that in, I will be the only thing that pops up. So I brainstormed a few things, how to use psychology to climb stronger, 6 million results, no exact matches, how to use psychology to climb strong, psychology of climbing. So I just kind of went through this process, and I came up with some of these things where there wasn't tons of competition, but there was lots of interest. Okay. There was lots of stuff out in the interweb. So then what I did is I went back to that page and I created this page. And one thing I did is I based upon some other learnings I had, I got rid of the red background because it was just harder to read, and I just cleaned this up. But I made some changes here. You'll notice I said Vertical Mind is a mental training for climbing book. Turns out that was one of the things that didn't have much competition, but had a lot of interest. And then it shows you how to use psychology to climb stronger and send your projects faster. So use psychology to climb stronger was one of those terms with a lot of hits, a lot of results, but no direct competition. All right. Then I added this as an H1 tag. I added this as an H2 tag, and then I added some other H3 tags. So let's just kind of look here. So if I type in description here, and in the tool I use called, no wonder I spelled it wrong. In the tool that I use, which is Kartra, there's a very easy place just to go and populate the meta description. So now if I look down here, I actually have under the meta description, Vertical Mind Book is the meta name, and the meta property description is how to use psychology and mental training for rock climbing. That's something that I went and populated in Kartra. So I actually have something that's going to show up in my meta description. Now let me just try H1. So now I actually have something in the H1 tag. And if you just kind of squint, you'll see in here is Vertical Mind is a mental training for climbing book. Okay, so that's the H1 tag, very important for SEO. It now exists on my page. Okay, and if I look at H2, I now have down here, I have, H2 is, it shows you how to use psychology to climb stronger and send your projects faster. So very, very simply and easily, I was able to correct the SEO on my page and get it to be much, much, much better. So I hope you found this of interest. It's really simple, really easy to fix your on-page SEO in the case that you have been ignoring it. So, in a couple of months, I'll come back and see if I've had more interest. I just had a few hits on this over the past 30 days on my old page. So I'll be very interested to come back a month or two from now and see how much more traffic I get. And I guarantee you this, it's got to be better because I was doing nothing right in my on-page SEO for this page. So I hope you found this useful. I hope you can put some of it to use. Brian's class was absolutely fantastic. If you're interested in finding out more about the Scale Pathway Mastermind, which is what the course was for, you can just drop a comment in the comment book, say interested, call me Don, whatever. Just put something in the, either send me a message or put it in the comment that you want to know more. And I'll show you how you can get in with this great group. We do incredible training. It's going to take your business to the next level. If you're interested, just drop something in the comment or send me a direct message. And I hope you go to your page. If you've been ignoring some of your web pages that you want to be found on Google, well, I hope you found some interesting stuff. And let me know if you had any questions on this, and I'll see if I can answer your questions. All right, this is Dr. Don McGrath with the Scale Pathway Marketing Minute. I hope you found this little how to fix your on-page SEO if you've been ignoring it video useful, and go fix your on-page SEO. All right, bye-bye.